Good evening and welcome to Primetime News. Let's now take a look at tonight's headlines.
President commences 4-day official visit to Thailand. Lanka, the chief suspect in the murder of karate champion Vasantha Soisa, arrested. HNDA students issue a challenge to the police. Two people hospitalized after being run down by security escort of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Water spout emerges off the coast of Valigama. Russia observes a day of mourning for victims of the Sinai plane crash.
President Maithripala Sirisena left for Thailand on a 4-day official visit today.
The President is due to attend several ceremonies which have been organized to mark the 60th anniversary of diplomatic ties between Sri Lanka and Thailand. A sacred relic from the Mahayangana Rajamahawihari will also be gifted to Thailand to further cement the religious ties between the two nations. A special ceremony was organized to welcome the Sri Lankan President who arrived in Thailand on a special invitation extended by the Thai Prime Minister. Vice President Sonkib Datushri greeted the Sri Lankan delegation led by the President. Special religious observances were held at the airport to welcome the sacred relic which was brought to Thailand by the Mahasangha led by Venerable Ittapani Dhammalankara Thera and Venerable Urulawate Dhammarakita Thera of the Mahayangana Rajamahawihara. The sacred relic will be on display at the Puttamantan Temple in Thailand until the 16th of November.
During this visit, President Sirisena is to meet with the members of the royal family of Thailand. He is scheduled to hold discussions with the Thai Prime Minister as well. Meanwhile, on Wednesday, the President will unveil a Samadhi Buddha statue in Ayodhya, which is a gift from Sri Lanka to Thailand. President Sirisena met with Sri Lankans in Thailand this afternoon. This meeting was very important as the President, addressing the Sri Lankans, invited them to come back to Sri Lanka and asked them to invest in the motherland as the country is experiencing a very peaceful and democratic era. The President gave many Sri Lankans an opportunity to share their views with him during this meeting.
The chief suspect in the murder of karate champion Vasantha Soisa at a nightclub in Anuradhapura last week has been arrested. The police media unit said Iron Ranasinghe alias SF Lokka was apprehended by police earlier this evening. Meanwhile, the Anuradhapura Additional Magistrate issued detention orders today for police to detain and interrogate the brother of the chief suspect and another suspect in the murder of Vasantha Soisa.
The brother of the chief suspect, who has been identified by the alias SF Lokka, was arrested in Tangol. The driver of the lorry used to transport the suspects and another suspect were produced before the additional magistrate in Anuradhapura today. The additional magistrate remanded one of the suspects until the 9th of this month and 24-hour detention orders were issued for the other two suspects. 27 suspects have been arrested so far in connection with the attack on a nightclub on Mudita Amawati in Anuradhapura and the murder of Vasantha Soisa on the 24th of October.
A group of HNDA students who were assaulted by police during last week's demonstration in Colombo convened a media briefing today.
A female student who was also assaulted when the protesters were being dispersed brought along her medical reports to the media briefing today. I was hospitalized for 2 days. I have minor headaches and I still have the bruises from the blows I received to my back. I consulted a doctor privately today and he asked me to immediately get admitted for a CT scan.
The police media spokesperson says they were lifting up the fallen student. This is how they did it. It is good if you can clarify how you can help someone up when you have a baton in either arm. Senior police officers must not joke around.
Meanwhile, a group of HNDA or Higher National Diploma in Accountancy students staged a demonstration in Pandulagama, Anuradhapura today. HNDA students also held a demonstration in Kurunagar, Jaffna. The JVP too convened a media briefing in Colombo today and vehemently condemned the attack on the students.
These students got on the streets to demand that their education be extended. They asked that the 3.5-year diploma be given degree status. They were making a just demand. When dispersing protesters with batons, the procedure is to deal blows on the left and right sides below the waist. But in this case, they were struck on the heads. This was like a gang of thugs beating up ordinary students. When this government came into power, they stated clearly in their 100-day program that the allocation for education would be increased to 6% of GDP. The appropriations bill has now been tabled in Parliament. You cannot even identify the amount of the bill because they have established an unusual ministry combining universities with highways. They added another sector to the culture ministry. It is very clear at first glance that the government has not allocated 6% of GDP for education through this budget either.
Two people were injured today after they were run over by a vehicle attached to the security detail of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
The accident occurred this morning in the Kalapatha area in Alpitia Pitikala Road. A comment on Facebook by the former president has confirmed that the accident occurred while he was returning to Colombo from Tangol. The two injured individuals are residents of Alpitia and Mahayangane areas. According to our correspondent, one of the injured individuals has been transferred to the Karapeti Teaching Hospital after being admitted to the Alpitia Base Hospital, while the other is receiving treatment at the Alpitia Base Hospital. The driver of the vehicle has been arrested.
People who were left homeless by the Myriabatha landslide and people at risk of losing their homes to landslide staged a demonstration in Bandarawela today.
Although they said that they would construct houses for us, they still haven't.
79 were affected, but only 59 of us were given land deeds. It has been a year now, but we still do not have our homes.
While dozens were killed and homes were flattened following the landslide in Myriabatha last year, there are still about 30 families living on the hillside. They continue to live here with nowhere else to go under the ever-present shadow of death. A notice issued by the Haldumulla Divisional Secretary recently calls on these people to evacuate due to the risk of landslides, but makes no mention of where they should go. The police come at 11 in the night and at 1 a.m. The estate guard also asks us not to stay here. Where are we to go? What are we to do? Give us a place to go, and if that is not possible, at least give us some poison.
They keep telling us to leave from this place. My mother is elderly and weak. We have many children. Where are we to take them and go at midnight? Whenever there is heavy rain at night, we don't sleep. If a landslide occurs, where can we run to?
Although authorities have made many promises with regard to the people of Myriabatha, the people still living on the earth under which dozens of their brethren were buried still don't have a roof over their heads. The people of Myriabatha converged on the Bandarawela town today. The Chief Minister of the Uva Province, Chamara Sampath, who arrived at the scene, contacted the Minister of Hill Country, New Villages, Infrastructure and Community Development, P. Digambaram, over the phone and informed him of the situation.
I was told to speak to Minister Digambaram, and I did. He told me that he can't be building houses and asked me to speak to Sendil Thondaman and Arumugam Thondaman and cut the line. He was the person who laid the foundation stone here.
Angered by the response they received from the political authorities, people continued their demonstration into the evening.
On the 18th of December last year, an event was held in Makanda, Punagala to lay the foundation stone for homes to be constructed for people left destitute by the Myriabatha landslide. The foundation stone was laid by the then Minister of Livestock Development, Arumugam Thondaman. On the 1st of March this year, the Minister of Estate Infrastructure, Palani Digambaram, laid the foundation stone once again to commence construction on homes for the people of Myriabatha.
A water spout was spotted at about 9:30 this morning off the coast of Medigama in Valigama. Footage of this phenomenon was captured by a News1st view reporter. Speaking at an event held today, Housing and Construction Minister Sajith Premadasa commented on MP's security.
Novice MPs are being given firearms training. I have a problem with this. An MP gets a security detail from the police. If they are receiving police protection as well because of their status as MPs, then why do they need firearms training? I see this as a bad precedent. As a member of this good governance government, I hope to propose to His Excellency the President and the Honourable Prime Minister that we must appropriate firearms from all MPs. If not the firearms, then we must take away the police security. If they are getting both police protection and firearms, it sends the wrong message to the country. Why does an MP need a firearm? An MP should have a weapon for development, not a firearm. It is the MP's responsibility to enable people to live. I guarantee that I will bring forward this proposal soon to ensure that all firearms in the possession of MPs are acquired by the state.
Up next is a look at Action TV.
Action TV carried an expose yesterday on the manner in which 250 perches of state-owned land were improperly distributed among 25 people under a housing scheme in Ampara. It was pointed out in this expose that 8 staffers of a cabinet minister are among the beneficiaries of this scheme. Minister Gamage responded to this matter today, accepting that he is the cabinet minister in question.
We selected people who do not have homes. 8 people who work in the office were among those selected. I asked that these 8 names be removed and that they be replaced with suitable names. These people don't have homes either, but we can assist them later.
If the minister has taken steps to remove the names of his 8 staffers from the list of beneficiaries of this housing scheme, it is to be appreciated. However, this does not correct the impropriety of the procedure used to distribute these lands. This is because there is no involvement whatsoever of the divisional secretary, the competent authority, when it comes to distributing state-owned land. As Action TV revealed yesterday, the Graman Lidari has selected the 25 beneficiaries using permission granted by the Ampara District Secretary, a power that he does not possess. However, Minister Gamage justifies the procedure that was used.
The divisional secretary was also present when the project was undertaken. This has been undertaken by state officials. We had nothing to do with it.
While a divisional secretary was indeed present at the occasion, as stated by the minister, the area that comes under the purview is Uhana and not Ampara, where the land in question is located. At the same time, even she had not been involved in the process of distributing these lands. The Ampara District Secretary has appropriated a power vested in the Divisional Secretary of Ampara to support this project, while a 502-unit housing scheme in Digavapia is falling into ruin. As Action TV has pointed out, on 3 prior occasions, the responsibility of distributing these 502 houses among the people based on the population ratio in the area has been conferred on the District Secretary of Ampara by an order of the Supreme Court. While 6 years have passed since the Supreme Court order was issued, goods procured for the houses are languishing in a storage facility of the District Food Department, which comes under the purview of the District Secretary. Will the District Secretary of Ampara take steps to correct the situation brought about by his interference in Navagampura and take steps to carry out the task which has been conferred on him to distribute these 502 homes among suitable people? Action TV will maintain a close watch.
Prisoners are human beings. This is a slogan that can be witnessed at the entrance of prisons. Now, does this footage bear testament to this slogan?
This footage was recorded at around 10 this morning on a bus plying from Kurunegala to Colombo. Is this method of transporting prisoners with handcuffs in a public bus legal?
බන්ධනාගාර රටේ නියම බොහෝ දුරට නීති අනුකූලයි සමහර වෙලාවට දුම්රියෙන් ගෙනියනවා. ඒවා ඔක්කොම රජයට අයත් දේවල්.
The prison bus is legal and sometimes they are transported by train. Since it is state property, there is no problem. But taking suspects or prisoners in private buses does not comply with the present standards. Prisoners are humans and all humans have their rights. Basic human dignity must be upheld. Therefore, transporting them in this way would be a violation of their rights.
The awards day of Gateway College, Colombo was held at the Bandaranaike Memorial International Conference Hall yesterday.
The ceremony was held under the auspices of the former national cricketer and captain Kumar Sangakkara.
Seeking knowledge is the way we truly become enlightened. Enlightened to go forth into the world and shine our light upon it and upon the lives of others, and in turn become inspirations and examples ourselves. Wherever you go in the world, whatever you do abroad in the future, if time and life permits, needs to be heard at home as well. Do not forget Sri Lanka. Do not forget your roots. No matter how much you have achieved in your life, please do come back and also work to uplift and enrich the country that we so dearly love.
Back in 20 years ago, what was education like? We all would remember. It was all about finding answers. We used to study, memorize, accumulate knowledge, and we tried to find answers. What we worked hard for was to find answers. This search engine, to a great extent, Google, has provided the answer. Imagine if answers are found so easily today, how it is going to be in 20 years from now. Maybe when we just think of a question, we might be able to get the answer. Is it just training our students to find answers?
Awards of excellence were presented to students.
Let's now take a look at some news in brief.
The finale of the Champion Junior Speakers Contest organised by the Colombo Toastmasters Club was held in Colombo yesterday. Pinithi Ekanaika of Lyceum International School, Panadura, was adjudged the champion, followed by Deborah Diaz, Abhay Singh and Sachit Kaluarachi. The national award ceremony of the Sri Lanka Girl Guides Association was held at Visakha Vidyalaya in Colombo yesterday. The event was held under the auspices of the chairman of the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts Asia Pacific Regional Committee, Lo Lei Zheng. The Romantic Masterworks concert organised by the Symphony Orchestra of Sri Lanka is to be held in the Ladies College Hall on the 6th of November.
We are at a rehearsal for our concert on the 6th of November. We are going to play you 3 beautiful pieces, one by the romantic composer for the cello concerto. Our soloist is Dushianti. Another work we'll be performing is the popular the Offenbach Overture, and then we move on to a beautiful Schubert Symphony.
That's a look at tonight's edition of News First Weekend. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Arundhati Mudarnayaka. Good night.